There are four invisible assassins living in your head right now. And the worst part? You think they're your friends. They whisper to you when you're about to do something important, something brave. They sound reasonable. They sound like you. And every single day, they are quietly, methodically killing your potential. For years, I thought I was the laziest person I knew. I'd have these bursts of motivation, these grand plans written out in brand new notebooks. This was it, I'd tell myself. This is the week my life changes. And by Wednesday, I'd be back on the couch, scrolling through the highlight reels of other people's lives, drowning in a sea of cheap dopamine and self-loathing, wondering, what is wrong with me? I remember sitting in my car once, literally unable to get out and go to a meeting that I had scheduled myself. It wasn't laziness. It was paralysis. Maybe you know the feeling. Maybe you saw a video recently that told you your mind is both a weapon and a wrecking ball. It diagnosed the problem perfectly. It held up a mirror and showed you the messy, brutal truth of why you feel so stuck, so soft in a world that demands toughness. It told you about the enemy, but it didn't give you the battle plan. That's what we're here for today, because I'm here to tell you something that might just change everything. You're not lazy. You're not broken. You're trapped. And today, I'm handing you the keys to the escape. This isn't about trying harder or just being more disciplined. That's like telling a prisoner to just push harder on the steel bars. It's useless. This is about understanding the guards, learning their routines, and crafting a strategy to walk right past them. We're going to expose these four assassins one by one. I'm not just going to tell you who they are. I'm going to tell you their weakness, their kryptonite. So stick with me because the last tactic I'm going to share is the one that ties it all together. A simple physical act you can do tomorrow morning that begins to starve them all at once. The first assassin is the sneakiest. I call it the whisperer, but you might know it as doubt. It doesn't shout. It's too clever for that. It waits for that tiny flickering moment between the impulse to act and the action itself. You think, I should get up and go for that run. And in that split second, the whisperer slides in, smooth as silk. Are you sure? It's pretty cold out. You didn't sleep that well. Maybe tomorrow would be better. It sounds so logical, so caring, but it's poison. Its only goal is to kill momentum before it's even born. The weakness of doubt is speed. It can't survive in a vacuum of immediate action. So here's your weapon, the 5-second rule. The moment you have the instinct to act on a goal, you have 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. You physically move before your brain has a chance to kill it. If you want to get out of bed, don't think about it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and your feet are on the floor. If you need to make that difficult phone call, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and you're dialing the number. It's a physical override of your brain's sabotage mechanism. You act like a rocket launching, not a person contemplating the weather. Try it. The next small thing you know you should do, count down from 5 and just move. You'll be shocked at who's suddenly in charge. But just as you get moving, the second assassin steps in. This is the comforting liar. You know it as the excuse machine. This one is a master of seduction. It wraps procrastination in a warm, cozy blanket of self-care. You've had a hard day. You deserve a break. This project can wait. Just watch one more episode. You've earned it. It makes putting things off feel like a reward, a kindness to yourself. But it's a trap that leads to a slow, creeping anxiety, the kind that wakes you up at 3 a.m. in a cold sweat. The weakness of the excuse machine is inertia. It thrives on getting you to stay still. So your weapon is to make the first step laughably small. It's called the 2-minute rule. Whatever task you're avoiding, writing that report, cleaning the kitchen, meditating, commit to doing it for just 2 minutes. Anyone can do anything for 120 seconds. Open the document and write 1 sentence. Wash 1 dish. Sit in silence for 2 minutes. What happens is magical. An object in motion stays in motion. The hardest part is starting. Once you've done 2 minutes, you'll often find you're in the flow, and doing 5 or 10 more seems easy. You're not trying to complete the task, you're just trying to start it. You trick the excuse machine by making the barrier to entry so low it doesn't even bother showing up. You fought off the first two. You feel a surge of power, a glimmer of control. But the third assassin, he's different. He doesn't attack you directly. He's smarter. He makes you attack yourself. His name is the joy thief, the comparison monster. You're feeling good. You've made some progress. Then you open your phone and bam! That person from high school just got a promotion. That influencer is on a beach that doesn't even look real. Suddenly, your small win feels pathetic. Your progress feels insignificant. The joy thief steals your satisfaction by showing you an endless parade of curated perfection, a game rigged so you can never, ever win. It wants you to look at everyone else's race so you forget to run your own. Its weakness? Creation. The comparison monster cannot survive in an environment where you are actively building. So here's your weapon. Create more than you consume. For every 30 minutes you spend scrolling, spend 10 minutes creating. It doesn't have to be a masterpiece. Write down 3 ideas. Sketch something in a notebook. Tidy one corner of your room. Organize a folder on your computer. When you are in the act of creating, of bringing order to your own little corner of the world, you're on your own path. You're not looking left or right. You're focused on the single step in front of you. It shifts your identity from a passive observer to an active creator. And in that state, comparison becomes irrelevant. And finally, the fourth assassin, the one that masquerades as a virtue, the perfectionist parasite. This one sounds so wise. Don't start yet. It's not quite ready. You need to do more research. The plan isn't perfect. You might fail, and everyone will see. It holds your dreams hostage, demanding impossible standards. It's the reason that book is still on chapter 1. That website is never launched. That difficult conversation is never had. It's not about making things great. It's about a deep, paralyzing fear of being judged. The perfectionist parasite's weakness is reality. It thrives in the fantasy of planning, but it dies in the messy, imperfect world of action. Your weapon is the 80% rule. Aim to get things 80% right, and then ship it. Launch the project, publish the article, send the email. Real-world feedback is infinitely more valuable than 100 perfect plans that never see the light of day. You have to be willing to be a beginner, because done is the engine of momentum, and perfect is the handbrake. So you have your 4 weapons, but let's be honest. Some days you won't have the strength to use any of them. Some days the assassins will seem stronger than ever. Does that mean the plan is flawed and you're doomed to fail? No, because I promised you a master key, the one that weakens all 4 enemies at once. It's a physical anchor. First thing every single morning, before you touch your phone, before your brain can start its sabotage, do one small physical thing you said you would do. 10 push-ups, 20 squats, drink a full glass of water. It's not about the action itself. It's about starting your day with a promise kept. You are sending a signal deep into the wiring of your brain before the assassins have even had their coffee that says, I am in charge here. My word is law. It builds a foundation of self-trust so solid that when those voices start whispering later in the day, they're arguing with someone who has already proven them wrong. This is the escape plan. It's not a one-time jailbreak. It's a daily practice of recognizing the guards and using the right key to slip past them. They will never disappear completely, but they will lose their power. Their voices will become distant echoes instead of commanding orders. The war in your mind is waged one small choice at a time in those quiet moments nobody else sees. But starting today, you're no longer fighting unarmed. Now go. Your freedom is waiting.